in terms of conventions concerning form, I tried to stick closely to the idea of like what's already been established by posters and stuff. For example, a significantly larger text used for the title, the use of full credits, the inputting of cast members, the names and stuff, actor names and stuff like that, and the inputting of a tagline as well as a large picture. But I'd say one significant element that one significant convention that I chose to like really focus on and really like try and develop was the use of like a sort of moody tone or a blue, like sort of like a morose feel to the whole entire like poster, something that I think is like extremely representative of the urban drama genre. Like it's exhibited in posters like Juice, New Jack City, Kidulthood, and the like. And I think I did this very well by like implementing a sort of bleach bypass effect on both pictures, on both the antagonists and the protagonists, as well as using like color correction to sort of like stylize the photos and really bring out the harsh, cold feeling of the poster. Another thing that I felt contributed to this on my poster was the use of chain link fence, in which the protagonists are pictured behind, and I think that really like embodies the sense of the characters not being happy within within the environment, and they want to escape, but there's always an element there's always a problem within the environment that's trying to like keep them back and draw them back and stuff. And I think that's one thing that really was really encapsulated in my poster. That was like the main idea behind it. So yeah, I used the free shot to sort of represent the idea of brotherhood, or the idea of friendship, a common theme that's in urban dramas. It can be seen in things like Boys in the Hood, Juice, Paid in Full, all those type of films. There's like a idea of brotherhood, a sense of brotherhood, and to do that I used the free shot to establish the protagonists Kareem, Shaq and Ralph behind the chain link fence. And because I wanted the antagonist to be pictured in like a starkly contrasted setting and environment, I used a close-up on him, like his face battered up, to show the sort of like isolation, and to show the sort of like the hollowness that his character emits. And that's also amplified by the scratch marks in the background and stuff. One thing I did that I felt was like interesting was the use of vandalism all over my poster, which is something that would subvert like general mainstream posters, but which is something that's becoming increasingly common in like viral marketing. And I felt that not only did the graffiti and the defacing of the poster, including the rip, not only did that add to the realism of the character, almost like the character Kareem like came out of the LDN world and came into the audience's world, and then scribed all over the poster and defaced the poster. Not only did it add a sense of realism, which is something we were going for, but it also added like a stylistic effect, something that I thought like works very well and stuff like that. The sort of blood red, the bold red connotes danger. So yeah, I think it works well. In terms of my magazine, I felt that no matter how much I tried to stick to conventions, the fact that I went down the alley of sight and sound instead of other mainstream magazines like Total Film and Empire, I felt that whatever I did, I'll be subverting the mainstream established conventions. So I thought if I chose the sight and sound like area, then it will allow me to run wild in terms of creation and stuff like that. But in terms of using a sort of narrow art house magazine kind of approach, I stuck strictly to the conventions in that sense, like giving everything a sophisticated feel. Like the name Bolex has like many like industry connotations. Picturing a director, giving it that sense of a behind the scenes film, representing and elaborating on art house releases, and stuff, and lesser known directors for the taglines and stuff like that, and strap lines, and also for the headlines, instead of using a movie name, I used a surname to, you know, really give it that sense of feel like this is for industry insiders, or, you know, people that are really into the film culture and really into, you know, the whole idea of film and cinema and movie, etc., etc. Real fans of film.
In terms of conforming, my poster conforms stereotypes of youth not sort of doing anything and not having anything to do, and just sort of chilling in the park doing nothing really, and just sort of making trouble and causing havoc, and being in a sort of deprived urban society. It also conforms the sort of common conventions that you'd find in a poster, because of how I've set out the different taglines and all the credits right at the bottom. However, you could argue that my poster also subverts, because of how not all the characters are sort of in there, and how I've sort of edited the posters. It's in a way that you're able to tell that the colours are brighter than they actually are, which is something you don't normally see in a poster, because in a poster the colours are normally like of the same sort of level as everything else, whereas with my poster you're able to see the brightness in some colours rather than others. My front cover magazine subverts, because it doesn't have as many taglines as a normal front cover magazine should have, because it's a more of an upmarket front cover magazine. Therefore, I felt as if the front cover as the taglines didn't really need to be there. However, my front cover magazine also conforms stereotypes of the urban society, as I used the software side of things to be able to create a more gritty feel, as when in the production stage I wasn't able to use the camera properly to be able to create that, and I sort of use the sepia effect to sort of show how gritty the area was. And with like the skateboard ramp place, I sort of added a more edgy feel towards it to conform stereotypes.
From my film poster, like, I sort of made it unique in its own way. Like, as you can see, it's more like the layout, like the masthead was sort of it was unique. Like, it was a graffiti type of font, which was quite unique. I made that way because, like, the target audience was the multi-ethnic, so I thought that if I do it graffiti, it can target that group of age, maybe ages 15 to 19. So that was sort of our target audience. Also, the actual image itself, you can't really see it properly. I've done it that way because, like, it leaves you in suspense. It makes you think what's going on. Like, you might want to watch it. That's the reason why I sort of done it that way. Actually, for the tagline, I didn't actually create a tagline because, as I said before, like, I wanted the audience to sort of think on when they like read it and when they look at the actual picture. The actual credits, I'll say the actual credits subvert to a professional type of layout poster, because if you look at them closely, it's not actually like a sort of credit sort of back credit sort of font. It was different, like different colours and stuff. I sort of wanted that way because I didn't want it to be like any other sort of any other professional sort of poster. I wanted it to be unique in its own way. For my poster, I think it sort of conforms real life conventions, because, like, if you compare it to something like Empire, which is sort of like a professional layout, it's sort of like more or less the same, like the use of colours and the way it's sort of structured. I remember putting in why Tom Cruise is the most powerful actor, because I wanted to show emphasis on Tom Cruise and powerful, so I sort of put in like red, and that could signify power as well. And like, for how it challenges forms, I would say that it sort of challenges in a way that like, I put LDN, which is the film title, on the left hand side, which is in blue, really it should have been like much bigger. That's what I would have liked it to be, but like when I was doing it, I sort of changed my mind. I sort of made it in a way that would be unique and still it will still be professional in more or less the same way. It also conforms like typical professional layouts, because like if you look at the title MOV, which like by the way it signifies movie, but I sort of like cut the name to make